Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, January 29th, 2026. Today I'm going to recap the college basketball, NBA, NHL, and same for soccer, and look ahead to the games being played today. We have tennis, golf, on this day, news and notes, and, of course, best bet. We'll start with college basketball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. Southern over Miss Valley State 80-69. Army over Lehigh 67-64. Cincinnati over Baylor 67-57. Number 25 St. John's over Butler 92-70. Southern Illinois over Northern Iowa 65-50. Lafayette over Bucknell 81-79. Fordham over LaSalle 64-58. St. Bonaventure over Duquesne 87-79. George Mason over Davidson 60-52. Rice over East Carolina 83-77. Charlotte over Temple, 80-76 in OT. Iowa over USC, 73-72. Colgate over Holy Cross, 79-74. Florida State over Cal, 63-61. So best bet barely won. Loyola over American, 77-68. Navy over BU, 58-50. Oakland over Purdue Fort Wayne, 74-65. Robert Morris over IU-Indy, 74-58. Mississippi State over LSU, 80-66. Tennessee over Georgia, 86-85 in OT. Auburn over Texas, 88-82. Bellarmine over West Georgia, 77-74. Central Arkansas over Queens, 100-90. Austin Peay over Eastern Kentucky, 90-82. Jacksonville State over FIU, 78-74. Kennesaw State over Western Kentucky, 72-69. Drake over Evansville, 82-78. Seton Hall over Xavier, 86-68. Belmont over Valpo, 78-77. Tulsa over North Texas, 82-66. UAB over UTSA, 83-73. Denver over KC, 69-61. Omaha over South Dakota State, 80-71. Texas State over Marshall, 72-68. Old Dominion over Arkansas State, 75-71. Sam Houston over Missouri State, 80-71. Georgetown over DePaul, 70-61. Number 19, Florida over South Carolina, 95-48. Utah State over Wyoming, 94-62. Illinois State over Murray State, 70-65. San Diego over Pepperdine, 92-88 in OT. South Florida over Tulane, 97-83. Wisconsin over Minnesota, 67-63. Miami over Stanford, 79-70. Delaware over New Mexico State, 73-64. Louisiana Tech over UTEP, 69-59. Number 10, Houston over TCU, 79-70. Wazoo over Seattle, 70-58. Pacific over Portland, 74-51. Oregon State over Loyola Marymount, 72-69. San Diego State over Colorado State, 73-50. Santa Clara over San Francisco, 88-73. And UCLA over Oregon, 73-57. All right, and now tonight, 5 o'clock, Sanford Furman. My line is Furman 5.3. And it is Furman 5.5 total, 148.5. I'm going to take the over. 6 o'clock, UMass Lowell, New Hampshire. I have New Hampshire by 1. It's 2.5 to 143.5. I'll go over again. Bryant, Binghamton. I have Binghamton 0.3. And it's Bryant 2.5 total, 130.5. I'll take Binghamton plus 2.5 and plus 126 outright. Wofford, Chattanooga. I have Chattanooga 4.3. And it's 1.5, 151.5. I'll lay it. 6:30, Gardner Webb. And Asheville. I have Asheville 14.5, and it's 18.5, 149.5. I'll take Gardner Webb plus the points. NJIT and Albany. I have Albany by 4. It's 4.5 and 140.5. I'll take the over. 7 o'clock, Colorado at number 8, Iowa State. Wrong conference. I said Ohio State. 15 is the number on my projections for Iowa State, and it is 16.5 and 152.5. I'll take the over. Radford, Charleston Southern. My line is a pick'em, and it is let's see here. 2.5 and 162.5. I'll take Radford plus the points. Longwood, USC Upstate. I have Longwood 3.7. It's Upstate 1.5 total, 147. I'll take Longwood plus 1.5 and plus 102. New Haven, Mercyhurst. I have Mercyhurst 10.3. It's 5.5 and 122.5. I'll lay it with Mercyhurst. St. Francis and Chicago State. I have St. Francis 3.2. And it is St. Francis, Chicago State. No line. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Lemoyne, LIU. I have LIU by 11. And it is 7.5 and 147 FLA with LIU. Fairleigh Dickinson Stonehill. I have Stonehill 3.8. And that is 1.5 and 131 FLA with Stonehill. UMBC Vermont. I have Vermont by 4. And it is 6.5 and 141 I'll take UMBC getting the points. Stony Brook Campbell. I have Campbell 2.3. And it's 5.5 152 I'll take the points with Stony Brook. William and Mary and Elon. I have William and Mary 7.3. And it is 1.5 168 I'll lay the 1.5 of William and Mary. That is very low. Hampton Drexel. I have Hampton 2.7. And it's Drexel 4.5 total 128. I'll take Hampton plus 4.5 and plus 172 to win the game outright. NCAT Monmouth. I have Monmouth 9.3. It's 8.5 144.5. I'll go over. Charleston Hofstra. I have Charleston 3.3. And it is Hofstra 3.5 total 148.5. I'll take Charleston plus 3.5 and plus 142 outright. VMI the Citadel. My line is VMI 1.5, and it is the Citadel 2.5 to 143.5. I'll take VMI plus the points and plus 118 to win outright. UNC Greensboro Mercer. I have Mercer 6.2. And Mercer 11.5 and 159.5. I'll take UNC Greensboro getting 11.5. Western Carolina East Tennessee State. I have East Tennessee State 11.2. And it's 9.5 and 147.5. I'll go over. James Madison Troy. I have Troy 7.3. It's 9.5 149.5. I'll take James Madison getting the points. Stetson North Florida. I have Stetson 4.3. And it is North Florida 2.5 total 165.5. I'm going to take Stetson plus 2 and or wait a second. Oh, I know what I did. I see what I did. Stetson plus 2.5 plus 110 outright. North Florida far Gulf Coast. I have North Alabama 2.3. And it's Gulf Coast 8.5 total 147.5. I'll take Alabama plus 8.5 and plus 360. North Alabama, that's too many points. Lipscomb Jacksonville. I have Jacksonville 0.3. And it is Lipscomb 4.5 total 142.5. I'll take Jacksonville plus the points and plus 180 to win the game straight up. Liberty Middle Tennessee. I have Liberty 5.7. It's 1.5 135.5. I'll lay the points with, or lay the 1.5 with Liberty. Central Connecticut Wagner. I have Central Con 3.5. And it's 3.5 and totals 136.5. I'll take the over. 7:30. Georgia Southern on Monroe. The last game we did is 7:30 as well. My line's Georgia Southern 13.7. And it is let's see here. 11.5 and 161.5. I'm gonna lay the 11.5 with Georgia Southern. Don't like living double digits on the roads, but here we are. Edwardsville, Morehead State. I have Morehead 1.5. And it is Morehead 1.5 to 132.5. I'll go over. 8 o'clock ESPN 2, FAU Memphis. My line is Memphis by 4. And it's 1.5 and 151.5 LA with Memphis. On Peacock, Penn State Northwestern. I have Northwestern by 11, 7.5 148.5 LA with Northwestern. North Dakota St. Thomas. I have St. Thomas 11.3. And it is 11.5 153.5. I'll take the over. Oral Roberts, South Dakota. My line is South Dakota by 11, and it is 2.5 and 155.5. I'll lay 2.5 with South Dakota. That is very, very small for that game. Georgia State, Louisiana. I have Georgia State 3.7. 1.5, 129.5. I'll lay with Georgia Southern. Coastal Carolina, South Alabama. I have South Alabama by 7. And it is 4.5 and 139.5. I'll lay this 4.5 with South Alabama. App State, Southern Miss. I have App State 0.3. And it's 1.5, 134.5. I'll take the over. Eastern Washington, Northern Arizona. I have Eastern Washington 2.7. And it is 2.5, 142.5. I'll take the over. Southern Utah, Texas Arlington. I have Texas Arlington 13.3. And it is 8.5, 144.5. I'll lay it 8.5 with Texas Arlington. Utah Valley, Tarleton State. I have Utah Valley by 2. And it's 4.5 and 154.5. I'll take Tarleton plus the 2.5. Utah Tech, Abilene Christian. I have Abilene Christian 6.8. 3.5 and 144.5. I'll lay the points with Abilene Christian. 8:30 Lindenwood, Southern Indiana. I have Lindenwood 7.3. And it's 4.5 and 159.5. I'll lay the points with Lindenwood. Tennessee Martin, Eastern Illinois. I have Eastern 0.3. And it's Tennessee Martin 3.5 total 128.5. I'll take Eastern plus 3.5 and plus 140 to win the game straight up. Southeast Missouri and Western Illinois. I have Southeast Missouri 11.7. 9.5, 141.5. I'll lay the points. Little Rock, Tennessee State. I have Tennessee State 4.3. And it's 5.5 and 152.5. I'll take the under. 9 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, Washington, number 9, Illinois. Illinois by 15. And it's 12.5, 153.5. I'll lay the points at Illinois. ESPNU, Presbyterian High Point. I have 5.14 and 16.5, 149. I'll take Presbyterian in the points. CBS Sports Arkansas, Wilmington and Towson. Wilmington 2.7. And it's Towson 1.5 total 133.5. I'll take Wilmington plus 1.5 and plus 108 to win the game outright. Idaho, Northern Colorado. I have Idaho by 2. It's Northern 2.5 total 155.5. I'll take Idaho plus 2.5 and plus 138 to win the game straight up. 9:30 Cal State Bakersfield hosting Cal Poly. My line's Bakersfield by 1. It's Poly 1.5 total 161.5. I'll take Bakersfield plus 1.5 and minus 102 to win. Long Beach State UC Riverside at 10. My line's Riverside 0.3. And it's Beach State 2.5 total 145.5. I'll take Riverside plus 2.5 and plus 118 outright. UC Davis, Cal State Northridge. Mine's Northridge 3.3, 2.5, 163.5. I'll take the under. UC Santa Barbara and UC San Diego. I have UC San Diego 2.7. And it's 3.5, 145.5. I'll take the over. Montana State, Sac State. I have Montana State 4.8. It's 4.5, 154.5. I'll take the over. Montana State, Portland State. It's Portland State 6.5. And it's 4.5, 143.5. I'll take the over. And last but not least, 11 o'clock ESPNU Hawaii and UC Irvine. My line's Irvine 2.3. It's 1.5 and 141.5. I'll take the over. Okay, now move on to college basketball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. Cavs over the Lakers 121-99. Pacers over the Bulls 113, 110. Hawks over the Celtics 117, 106. Magic over the Heat 133, 124. Knicks over the Raptors 119, 92. Hornets over the Grizzlies 112, 97. T-Wolves over the Mavs 118, 105. Warriors over the Jazz 140, 124. And Spurs over the Rockets 111, 99. All right, 8 games tonight, 7 o'clock, Kings Sixers. My line's 76ers by a whopping 17. And it is 11.5, 229.5. I'll lay the points. Prime Video Bucks Wiz. I have Wiz 6 3/4. And it's Bucks 2.5 total, 222.5. I'll take the Wiz plus 2.5 and plus 114 outright. Rockets Hawks at 8. My line's the Rockets 3.5 and it's 5.5, 222.5. I'll take the Hawks plus the points. Heat Bulls make up from January 8th when the there was issues on the court or with having to do with the court. Mine's the Bulls 4 1/8, and Miami's 1.5 total 239. I'll take the Bulls plus 1.5 and even money that to win outright. 8:30 Hornets Mavs. I have the Hornets 5 1/4, and it's 3 and 226.5. I'll lay the 3 with Charlotte. 9 o'clock Nets Nuggets. I have the Nuggets 4.5 and 6.5 209.5. I'll take Brooklyn getting the points. Pistons Suns. I have the Pistons 10.5 and it is 4 and 214.5. I'll lay the 4 with Detroit. And 9:30 is the Thunder and the T-Wolves. I have the T-Wolves 1 3/8 and it's OKC 6.5 total 220.5. I'll take the Timberwolves plus 6.5 and plus 188 outright. Now I'll move on to hockey. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. Islanders over the Rangers 5-2. Jackets over the Flyers 5-3. Sens over the Avs 5-2. All right, 7 o'clock. Islanders at the Rangers from MSG. They're holding Artemi Panarin out because they're trading him. The odds are minus 137 favorites. The Rangers plus 114. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 1 today. Unders plus 104. Isles minus 1.5 plus 172. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 215. I'm definitely doing what I did last time. Except it has to be an alternate total. Over 6.5 goals plus 122. Flyers Bruins. Bruins minus 152. Flyers plus 126. Over under 6.5. Overs plus 102. Unders minus 124. Flyers plus 1.5 is minus 205. Bruins minus 1.5 plus 164. For this one, I'm going to go with the Boston Bruins in regulation plus 110. Kings Sabres. Kings plus 104. Sabres minus 125. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 134. Unders plus 110. Kings plus 1.5 is minus 235. Sabres minus 1.5 plus 186. I'm going to go with the under plus money, but I don't feel good about it. Habs. Avs minus 128. Habs plus 106. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Avs minus 1.5 is plus 180. Habs plus 1.5 is minus 230. Not an easy one for any stretch of the imagination. I don't like going under on Habs games or Avs games. I'm going to do it. Under 6.5 and even money. Jets Lightning. Lightning minus 194. Jets plus 160. Over under 5.5. Minus 10 each way. Jets minus 1.5 or plus 1.5 is minus 68. Lightning minus 1.5 plus 136. Like the under at minus 110. Predators Devils. Devils minus 134. Preds plus 112. Over under 6.5. Overs plus 112. Unders minus 140. Preds plus 1.5 is minus 220. Devils minus 1.5 plus 176. I'm going to go with the over at plus money. Blackhawks Penguins. Pens minus 182. Blackhawks plus 150. Over under 6.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 120. Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 164. Pens minus 1.5 plus 134. I'm going to go with the over at even money. Mammoth Hurricanes. Canes minus 176. Mammoth plus 146. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 134. And there's plus 110. Mammoth plus 1.5 is minus 68. Canes minus 1.5 plus 136. For this one, I'm going to go with the Hurricanes in regulation at minus 105. 7:30 ESPN Plus and Hulu. Caps Red Wings. Red Wings minus 136. Caps plus 104 or 105. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Caps plus 1.5 is minus 235. Red Wings minus 1.5 plus 186. I'm going to go with the under. Minus 102. Next up, we have a lot tonight in hockey. 8 o'clock, Panthers Blues from St. Louis. Panthers minus 164, Blues plus 136, over under 5.5, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Panthers minus 1.5 plus 152, Blues plus 1.5 is minus 192. I like the over. minus 140. Flames Wild. Wild minus 192. Flames plus 158. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 134. Unders plus 110. Flames plus 1.5 is minus 168. Wild minus 1.5 plus 136. We'll go under plus 110. 9 o'clock, Sharks Oilers. Oilers minus 184. Sharks plus 152. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 150. Unders minus plus 122. Sharks plus 1.5 is minus 58. Oilers minus 1.5 plus 126. I'm going to go curveball upset here. I'm going to go with the Sharks plus 152 outright. 10 o'clock, Ducks Canucks. Ducks minus 137. Canucks plus 114. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 128. Under is plus 104. Ducks minus 1.5 plus 168. Vancouver plus 1.5 is minus 210. I'm going to go under 6.5 plus 104. Stars Golden Knights. Really good game. Vegas is favored. Yep, minus 120. Stars even money. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 134. Under is even money. Dallas plus 1.5 is minus 265. Vegas minus 1.5 plus 210. I'm like the under plus money. And last but not least, Leafs Kraken. That was not intentional. Leafs minus 113. Kraken minus 106. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Leafs minus 1.5 plus 198. Kraken plus 1.5 minus 250. I'm going with the Kraken at home at minus 106. Alrighty. Now move on to soccer. We'll go over the results from yesterday and today, and then look ahead to everything tomorrow. I'm not going to pick everything tomorrow. We may actually pick tomorrow on the show or pick the remains of tonight. I forgot there's a lot of Europa and Champions League the last 2 days. Boy. Alright, Champions League yesterday. Olympiacos over Ajax 2-1. Arsenal over Kairat 3-2. AS Monaco Juventus 0-0 draw. Sporting CP over Athletic Club 3-2. Bodo Glimt over Atletico Madrid 2-1. Barcelona over FC Copenhagen 4-1. Leverkusen over Villarreal 3-0. Benfica over Real Madrid 4-2. Inter over Dortmund 2-0. Club Brugge over Marseille 3-0. Tottenham over Frankfurt 2-0. Liverpool over FK Karabakh 6-0. Man City over Galatasaray 2-0. Chelsea over Napoli 3-2. Pafos over Slavia 4-1. PSG Newcastle 1-1 draw. Bayern over PSV Eindhoven 2-1. And Union SG over Atalanta 1-0. FIFA Women's Corinthians over Gotham FC 1-0. And Arsenal over AS FAR 6-0. The Pro League, Al Najma, Al Raida 1-1 draw. Al Alil, Al Etifak 4-0. Al Fai over Al Khalij 3-1. And then Europa League today. Aston Villa over RB Salzburg 3-2. Celtic over FC Utrecht 4-2. Victoria Plzen over FC Basel 1-0. Midtjylland over Dynamo 2-0. Porto over Rangers 3-0. FCSB Fenerbahce 1-1 draw. Go Ahead Eagles Braga 1-1 draw. Lille over SC Freiburg 1-0. Ludogorets over Nice 1-0. Lyon over Slavia 4-2. Bologna over Maccabi Tel Aviv 3-0. Nottingham over Ferencváros 4-0. Panathinaikos AS Roma 1-1 draw. Racing Genk over Malmo FF 2-1. Real Betis over Feyenoord 2-1. Red Star Celta Vigo 1-1 draw. SK Sturm Graz over SK Braun 1-0. And Stuttgart over Young Boys 3-2. The Pro League, Al Fateh Al Ittihad 2-2 draw. Al Shabab over Al Hazim 4-0. And Al Qadiash and Al Hilal 2-2 draw. The Dutch KNVB Becker Vrouwen. FC 20 over Excelsior 3-1. And then tomorrow's stuff we'll do on tomorrow's show. All right, now we'll move on to tennis. We'll go over the results from the Australian Open, and we'll look ahead to tonight. We'll start the men's. Tonight at 10:30, semifinal. 1 seed Carlos Alcaraz and 3 seed Alexander Zverev. Should be a great match. Alcaraz is minus 720. Zverev is plus 520. for this one, I'm going to go Alexander Zverev plus 5.5. Game handicap at minus 118. And at 3:30 in the morning, 2-seed Yannick Sinner and 4-seed Novak Djokovic. Sinner's minus 1,400, Joker's plus 810. I think that is very overpriced. I think Joker's live. I really do. But I'm going to go with Yannick Sinner 3-1 at plus 260. Because I think getting who was the best tennis player in the world at one point at over 8-1, I think is crazy. And then the women's side, semifinal results from today. 5-seed Alina Rybakina over 6-seed Jessica Pegula in 2 sets. And 1-seed Arina Sabalenka over 12-seed Alina Svitolina in 2 sets. We will make the pick for the finals on tomorrow's show. Okay, now we will go to golf. We'll look at the early leaderboard for the new event that's going on. So your leader right now, 9 under, Justin Lauer, tied for second, 8 under. Justin Rose and Max Kreisman tied for fourth with 7 under. Matt McNeely, Stefan Yeager tied for 6 with 6 under. Mark Hubbard, Steve Thigler, Max McGreevy, Jake Knapp, David Thompson tied for 11 with 5 under. Austin Negro, Jason Day, Hideki Matsuyama tied for 18 with 4 under. Mac Miser, Siwoo Kim, Will Zalatoris, Ricky Castillo, Sam Stevens, Keith Mitchell, Gordon Sargent. I'm just doing notables because of time. 33rd, 3 under. Lee Hodges, Rio Hisatuna, Eric Cole, Adam Schenk, Garrett Kigo, Cam Davis, Joe Highsmith, Jackson Suber, S.H. Kim, Patrick Rogers, Mackenzie Hughes, Austin Smeltzer, tied for 46 with 2 under. Nikolai Hojard, Bayo Hostler, Taylor Pendrith, Dylan Wu, Jill Dahman, Adam Scott, tied for 63rd with 1 under. Tom Hogue, Rico Hoey, Matt Kuchar, Kevin Roy, David Lipsky, Billy Horschel, Cam Young, Denny McCarty, tied for 79th at even. Actually, McCarty's in that group with Tassi, Alejandro Tassi, Henrik Norlander, Lonzo Griffin, Keegan Bradley, Patrick Cantlay, Gary Woodland, Emiliano Grillo. Tied for 99th with 1 over. Brooks Koepka, who was my pick. Harry English, Luke List, Matthias Schmid, Tomkin, Tony Finau, Vincent Whaley, Stephen Fisk, Jasper Sebson. Tied for 114th with 2 over. Chad Ramey, Xander Schauffele, JJ Spawn, Bryce Garnett, Kevin Strillman. Tied for 128th with 3 over. Eric Van Rooyen, Jonathan Vegas, Andrew Putnam, Peter Malnati, Alex Noren. Tied for 140th with 4 over. Matt Wallace. And 147th with 6 over. Lovie Goldberg. So there you have it for golf. Now move on to On This Day. Should be an interesting On This Day. So let's see here. Brought to you by All Sports News. So 2022, Tom Brady retires. But the question is, was this his first retirement or his second retirement? I think this was his first one. Because he unretired. We'll probably have that in a couple weeks. 2021, the Cardinals acquired Nolan Arenado. 2018, the Pistons acquired Blake Griffin. I remember that. I remember that happened. When that happened. 2020, Astros hired Dusty Baker. 2023, Eagles advanced to Super Bowl 47. So did the Chiefs. 2017, the 49ers hired John Lynch as GM. 2016, the Chiefs extend Travis Kelce. 2017, Roger Federer wins Australian Open. 2017, Colts hire Chris Ballard as GM. 2023, Novak Djokovic wins Australian Open. And 2014, Lance Berkman retires from baseball. So there you have it for On This Day. Now move on to the news and notes for today. So, the Eagles have their new offensive coordinator, and it's going to be Packers quarterback coach Sean Mannion. Don't know if I love that hire. I would have gone with somebody experienced. Courtney Williams talks about her scuffle with Marina Mabrey and Dominique Bologna's one-hand slam in an interview. The NBA announces schedule changes as there's a couple of teams involved here. Dallas Milwaukee was Sunday. Now it's going to be Tuesday, March 31st. Denver Memphis was supposed to be Sunday. Now it's going to be March 18th at 8 Eastern. Knicks Grizzlies was supposed to be March 18th. Now it's going to be April 1st at 8 p.m. And Dallas Memphis was originally April Fool's Day. Now it's March 12th. Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks have the rift over Giannis, as Towns has had hard feelings since name was mentioned in trade rumors last summer for Giannis. And another team that's linked to Giannis now is the guy that Karl Anthony Towns was traded for his new team, Julius Randle and the Minnesota Timberwolves. You think that now Minnesota's in the mix, Randle's going to be talked about too. That's going to ruin that team. Drake May feeling good as he got some reps at practice amid shoulder injury ahead of the Super Bowl. How about this? Josh Allen had a broken bone in his foot as he underwent a procedure to get foot fixed. And then Josh Allen was on crutches at the Joe Brady press conference. Drake May's been limited. Michael Penix Jr. eyes week 1 return instead of April. And Bo Nix refutes claim that he had a predisposed condition with the ankle. Aaron Gordon out 4 to 6 weeks as he re-aggravated the right hamstring injury from November. Jason Tatum may not play this season as he could sit out amid Achilles recovery. I think he's coming back. I think that's a don't get afraid, don't get your hopes up kind of thing. JJ Redick rips the Cavaliers' court as he's unhappy with safety hazard that led to the Luka injury. Ex-MLB stars to join NBC. Among them are Joey Votto, Clayton Kershaw, and Anthony Rizzo. Two new players have joined the dunk contest, Jackson Hayes and Carter Bryant. Bucks asking price for Giannis. One GM says Milwaukee's asking for every pick and young player possible. And then executive says that the Warriors are the favorites for Giannis as Warriors 3 first-round picks post-Steph deal available in trade talks. Zion trade unlikely as they feel he can be one of the team's foundational pieces moving forward. LeBron says that last night's game in Cleveland very well could be his last one in that city. The Bulls are drawing trade interest as rival teams are targeting Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, and Trey Jones ahead of the deadline. Browns Shader head coach question as candidates were asked about how they develop Sanders in interviews for a coaching job. Raiders head coaching pick expected soon as Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak to be interviewed this weekend is seen as the front runner for the job. Interesting. And the Steelers are hiring Patrick Graham, the former Rangers defensive coordinator, agrees to join Mike McCarthy's staff in Pittsburgh. And the Browns were expected to add a quarterback as NFL Insider lists Ty Simpson and Malik Willis as potential options. Ty Simpson in the draft and Malik Willis in free agency. Stadium series set. Golden Knights will take on the Stars at Cowboy Stadium on February 20th next year. So that's interesting. So Football Hall of Fame shares statement as committee says voters may be removed if bylaws were violated amid Bill Belichick's snub. So that's interesting. Max Muncy says Dodgers are not at fault as he says the team is not adding any more fuel to potential MLB lockout. Well, everybody's going to blame the Dodgers for it. But the real reason is there's a lockout, the commissioner has to be at fault. Jalen Tyson walks back his post-game comment after win about LeBron. He apologized about it. Giants' new offensive coordinator candidate is Colts offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter. I would like that one. He's a good OC. I think he was fantastic. This past season with the Colts. And J.J. Watt went on a rant about Belichick missing the cut. And Tom Brady said that he said no coach has done more to earn his place in Hall of Fame than message to voters. And a Hall of Fame member from the Kansas City Star explains why he did not vote for Bill Belichick. We talked about Artemi Panarin not to be out there on the ice for Olympic break for roster management purposes. And there you have it for the news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. So for this one, there's a couple I like. A couple in college basketball, a couple in the NBA. And I am going to go with the Timberwolves of Minnesota getting 6.5 against the Thunder. I really do like this pick. And I think that they're live to win. So I'm going to take the T-Wolves getting 6.5 at home against the Thunder for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything. Look ahead to tomorrow's and the weekend's games. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.